I love talking to you about Instagram. And today we're gonna get a little bit more granular with your profile. Why? Because I do a lot of Instagram profile audits, and the main mistake I see is that the profile doesn't capture the audience. So even if someone clicks over to your profile, you see that. You see they have 600 views, 600 profile visits this week. Why are those not converting over into followers? So today we're gonna sit down and go through exactly how you can optimize your bio and your profile and that first image to make it operate for you like a mini website with conversion. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and ring the bell for notification every time a new video drops. And make sure to like this video if it helps you out so I know what kind of content to keep creating. I just mentioned that your Instagram profile should operate as a miniature website. So let's keep that in mind as we go through these next steps. Number one, it should highlight what it is that you do. Number two, we should make sure that it tells your brand story. How do you do things different than other people in your space? Number three, it should be extremely professional and explain about yourself. And of course, what's always on a website, how to get in touch with you so that they can do business with you. The first thing we're going to talk about is your profile picture. Now, if you are a big brand, this is going to be a logo or something to that effect. But if you're a solopreneur, you have way more engagement on your page if you include your photo. As you can see, my profile actually includes this photo of myself, which I've done a photo, so you can see I'm actually a real person that you can talk to, but I've also included the BW underneath just to add that little element of professional contact. Feel free to do both. I'm lucky that my logo is quite tiny, or there's a tiny version of it. You really don't want to overcrowd this area. When someone is noticing that you comment on their photo or that you've engaged with them in a DM or something like that, they're going to see this little icon first. This little icon is going to be the thing that makes them go, oh wait, who's this? And pop over to your page. You can see how this is super, super critical. This is the fish on the hook to get them over to your profile. Once you get people over onto your profile, we move right into step two. We are gonna make sure our name, that's the part that's written in the dark black. So if you check out mine, it says my first name because again, I'm really trying to be personal here, you guys. It's me you're talking to. You can literally go to my anywhere and send me an email directly to my inbox. It says Stephanie and marketing coach. Now, I want people to understand immediately when they land on my page what I do. The other reason that I'm using the word marketing, if you know anything about SEO, it's because it's a keyword. Instagram now has a way of understanding exactly who I am and what I do. I'm gonna add a step 2A in here, which is the first time I've ever done that, but that's because if you are set up as a business profile, you're also going to get this little like grayed out content piece that you have underneath. So mine says consultant agency. Again, this is just a way for Instagram to index exactly what it is I'm doing and for a viewer who's just clicked over to my profile to get it in just a quick snapshot. Who is this person? What do they do? Step three comes down to your bio. And now your bio should be as concise as possible. That one sentence that you would say to someone of what you do, why you do it, and add a little bit of a branding zhuzh in there about how people, it'll make them feel, how you do things differently than other people in your space. And remember to use those keywords because Instagram isn't reading it actually, they're just trying to index it based on what common words that you've used in there. Now the link in your bio is incredibly important. Obviously, we should be driving people to click that as much as possible because that's where we really can push people into our sales funnels. If your website link is too long there, it's really overwhelming. And if you have certain places you'd like to send people, for me, it's really important. There are two elements to my business. There's the blog, and then there's also the business. If you do have more than one website that you'd like to be sending people through, I use something called Campsite. So campsite.bio. You can actually use that to make different links that you can send people to. Maybe it's a landing page for an event that you have coming up. Maybe it's your major website. But if you do only have one website, go ahead and stick to the one concise homepage landing experience. Step 5 is to make sure that you are using the correct calls to action on your business page as possible. So this is for anyone with a business profile. Instagram has some options for you to just put buttons on your homepage or on your profile that people can click on. Some of them will make them call you directly. Some of them are getting directions. Some are giving them the option to send you an email. It depends on what is the better way for people to convert for your product or service. I loved that Instagram added highlights. It is such a great way, especially for businesses, to optimize their space and that real estate they have in their profile picture. Make sure that you're using highlights like you would pages or landing pages on your website. This is a great place to show what your services are, maybe even give some pricing. This is a great place to show what your team's like, what your space is like. This is a great place to show how something works. If you have a complicated product and people are like, wait, what is this? Or it's an app, show the user flow. Really, again, this is a place for you to treat these as pages that you would have on your website. On each of those highlights, make sure that you're including a photo at the top that looks cohesive with your brand story. Maybe you just select colors. Maybe you've done icons. If you check out mine, I've actually had Laura Ramsey design does all of my creative work, and she's a rock star. So she came up with these little cartoon images to represent my brand and sit cohesively with all of the other brand elements that I have, like the swoosh and the gold lines. These things will all help tell that brand story and amp you up to a professional level. Again, you can just do something really basic like a different color story, or maybe just a different color palette. Maybe you have a print in your brand logos. Maybe you have different logos that you use for different things. You can use whatever you want as long as it's helping to elevate that brand story. Lastly, I'm going to talk about adding alt text to your images. I talked about this in Instagram 101, and it is a key way for Instagram to index you. Now, this doesn't just happen in Instagram itself. This will also help index you when you're out just on the big bad world of the worldwide net, right? So we're just trying to index you as much as possible. Alt text is going in behind your photos when you can edit your photos after they've been posted to your feed. Click on the edit photos, click on add alt text, and type in exactly what the photo is of using as many keywords as possible. This is a great way to be indexed. No one else is going to see it. And if you need any more tips about that, head over to my Instagram 101 video and get everything you need to know there. I hope I've given you enough tools today to do an audit on your own profile. Again, this is just so important. People flick over to each other's profiles all the time. How are you going to suck them in? How are you going to show them that you're the person that they want to be working with? Well, you know it's me over on my Instagram page, so go ahead, and if you want to reach out to have more questions answered in a more personal and one-on-one way, please be sure to go and do so. I would love to chat with you, and we'll see you back here next week.